Ukraine's secret services has claimed they foiled an assassination attempt on President Volodymyr Zelensky yesterday. An alleged Russian informant has been detained in connection with the assassination plot. Ukrainian officials say the informant was a woman who was gathering intelligence about Zelensky's travel. They also said that she had been ordered to plan an airstrike to kill the Ukrainian president. At least 8 people were killed after Russian missiles hit an apartment complex in eastern Ukraine yesterday. Over 30 people sustained injuries in the missile strike. Officials say some people are still trapped under rubble as rescue efforts continue. Russia will launch its first lunar landing spacecraft after 47 years on Friday. The spacecraft will be launched from an eastern Russian region. Russia's moon lander is named Lunar 25. Lunar 25 will take 5 days to reach the moon and another 7 days in lunar orbit. Some students of Niger's largest university took to the streets yesterday. They pledged their support for the new military regime. Some of the students even said they will lay down their lives for the military junta. This comes amid growing tensions in the region. Some West African nations have threatened military intervention in Niger. That is, if the democratically elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, is not reinstated. Meanwhile, military delegations from Mali and Burkina Faso arrived in Niger yesterday. They met the leaders of Niger's new military government. The delegation pledged their support to Niger's military junta. Mali and Burkina Faso also condemned the recent sanctions against Niger. Judges at the United Nations have suspended the war crime trial of Rwandan genocide suspect Felicien Kabuga. The trial has been suspended because Kabuga has dementia. The judges have ruled that other elderly genocide suspects could also have their trials suspended. Prosecutors are arguing that halting the trials is unfair to the victims. During the 1994 Rwandan genocide, over 800,000 people were killed on ethnic lines. At least 10 people were wounded by an explosion at a grain port in western Turkey yesterday. Medical officials say 2 of the injured are in a serious condition. Turkey's Ministry of Transportation said no ships were damaged in the blast. Officials have launched an investigation into the incident. The second son of Thailand's king was seen today. This is the first time he is back in his homeland after being away for 27 years. He was seen visiting a childcare center for underprivileged families. Thailand's royal palace has not commented on the son's visit. The local government of Western Australia province will overturn recently enforced laws aimed at protecting indigenous sites. This comes after farmers and landowners protested against the law. The demonstrators said that the law was not clear in demarcating land which was and not considered a heritage site. The 2023 Indigenous Rights Law ensures the preservation of cultural and heritage sites of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. The Australian police arrested 19 individuals for allegedly sharing child abuse material online. The arrests were made earlier today. Australian officials also rescued at least 13 children from further online harm. This was after receiving intelligence from the American Federal Bureau of Investigation. The joint operation began last year. The FBI had informed the Australian police of a group of men that shared child abuse material on the dark web. Protests erupted in the Caribbean nation of Haiti yesterday. Thousands took to the streets of Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. The demonstrators demanded that authorities provide civilians with better protection from growing gang violence in the nation. They even set police and government vehicles on fire during the protests. The UK has begun relocating some asylum seekers to a residential barge on the country's southern coast yesterday. The 3-story barge has 200 bedrooms and can house 500 people. This is being done to reduce the number of asylum seekers put up in hotels. The British government claims that keeping refugees in hotels is costing them over $7.5 million per day. According to officials, at least 47,000 asylum seekers are put up in hotels in the UK. Moving to climate, at least 2 people have died and hundreds of thousands are without power across several US states. More than 800,000 customers had reportedly lost power in the southern and mid-Atlantic states. The storm system brought heavy rain, thunder, and violent winds. Over 2,000 flights have been cancelled and another 6,000 have been delayed. Landslides and floods have killed at least 9 people across Vietnam. Footage showed various provinces of the country inundated by flood water. Several roads have been damaged and motorists have been stranded. Vietnam's Prime Minister has issued a notice requesting local authorities to increase their response and provide aid to the affected areas. In Portugal, hundreds of firefighters struggled to put out raging wildfires. It is currently being tackled by over 800 firefighters. High temperatures and strong winds are complicating efforts to combat the flames. The fires have so far destroyed around 6,700 hectares of land. Spain braced for the first day of a week-long heat wave on Monday. Meteorologists expect the heat wave to push temperatures above 44 degrees Celsius in the region. Southern Europe has been grappling with record-breaking temperatures during the peak summer tourist season. It has prompted authorities to warn of health risks. Hundreds of residents in the South American country of Peru hit the beaches. People relieve themselves from the heat on the beaches of the capital city of Lima. Compared to last year, this year's temperatures rose between 3 to 4 degrees Celsius above average on the coast. Experts believe this is due to the El Niño weather phenomenon. Egyptians have been struggling with an unprecedented heat wave this summer. Temperatures have risen to nearly 45 degrees Celsius in some parts of the country. Amidst the scorching heat, the Nile River has become a destination for hundreds of Egyptians. It is a go-to destination for most people who cannot afford expensive beaches over the Mediterranean Sea. A new study has found that extreme events in Antarctica are very likely to become more common and severe. This includes events such as ocean heat waves and ice loss. The study has linked the recent extreme events to climate change. South Asia has the highest percentage of children exposed to extremely high temperatures. This is according to an analysis by the UNICEF. It estimates that 76% of South Asian children under 18 are exposed to scorching heat. This means 3 in 4 children in South Asia are exposed to extreme temperatures. This is compared to only 1 in 3 children globally. On to business and tech now. Media company Paramount Global has said it will sell its subsidiary Simon & Schuster. It will sell the publishing company to private equity firm KKR for $1.6 billion. Simon & Schuster is famous for publishing books by authors such as Stephen King and Hillary Clinton. Paramount has been trying to offload the publisher since a federal judge blocked its sale to Penguin Random House last year. Zachary Kirkhorn, the chief financial officer at electric vehicle maker Tesla, has stepped down. The move has surprised analysts. They believe Kirkhorn could have become the possible successor to CEO Elon Musk. Tesla did not give a reason for his exit. However, it has announced that Accounting Head Vaibhav Taneja will take over the CFO position. Public debt in most Pacific countries is expected to fall in the next 12 months. This is according to a report by the World Bank. It expects the fiscal situation in the countries to improve. This is as they gradually move towards the unwinding of the COVID-19 stimulus. Since 2019, debt surged in the Pacific region as tourism-dependent economies were hit by COVID border closures. Back then, countries took on more debt to implement stimulus packages to support their economies. Ratings agency Moody's has downgraded the credit ratings of 10 US banks. It has also placed some banking giants on review for potential downgrades. This includes lenders like the Bank of New York Mellon, State Street, and Truist Financial. The agency also changed its outlook to negative for several other major lenders. Overall, it changed the assessments for 27 banks. Fintech giant PayPal has launched its stablecoin called PayPal USD. A stablecoin is a type of a cryptocurrency where the value of the digital asset is pegged to a reference asset. In this case, it is pegged to the US dollar. It aims to provide an alternative to the high volatility of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. With its latest move, PayPal has become the first major fintech firm to embrace digital currencies for payments and transfers. Reports say e-commerce giant Amazon is set to meet with the US antitrust regulators next week. The meeting comes ahead of the Federal Trade Commission's potential lawsuit against the firm. Amazon has been criticized for allegedly favoring its own products and hampering other sellers on its platform. In the upcoming meeting, Amazon is expected to try and get the FTC to drop its antitrust suit. Reports say Britain's data regulator is investigating Snapchat. This is to see whether the social media firm is doing enough to remove underage users from its platforms. Under Britain's law, social media companies need parental consent before processing data of children under 13. However, companies have not been completely successful in keeping children off of their platforms. China's cyberspace regulator has said it has issued draft rules on facial recognition technology. The regulator says facial recognition can only be used to process information when there is a specific purpose and sufficient necessity. It added that the use of technology will also require an individual's consent. Biometric identification, especially facial recognition, has become widespread in China. In 2020, some reports said that the facial recognition was even used to activate toilet roll dispensers in public toilets. Two US tech groups have come out in support of social media platform TikTok. This is in its lawsuit against the ban on the app in the US state of Montana. TikTok is seeking to block the ban before it takes effect on the 1st of January next year. The two groups backing TikTok say Montana's ban undermines the purpose of the internet. Earlier this year, Montana became the first American state to ban TikTok. Norway's Data Protection Authority has fined Facebook's parent company Meta Platforms. This is over privacy breaches. Meta will be fined about $99,000 per day from the 14th of August. It will continue until the company addresses the Norwegian regulators' concerns. Moving to sports, in cricket, Australia have announced their 18-member one-day international World Cup squad. Australian batter Marnus Labuschagne has been left out. Australian selectors cited the batsman's lack of consistency after making the decision. Since his debut in 2020, Labuschagne has played 30 of Australia's 38 matches. He has averaged just 31.4 in ODI games. Former New Zealand captain Daniel Vettori is the new head coach of the Indian Premier League team Sunrisers Hyderabad. He will replace West Indies legend Brian Lara. Vettori has been previously the head coach for the IPL team Royal Challengers Bangalore. The Hyderabad side took to social media to bid farewell to Lara and welcome their new head coach. In football, Italy's Milena Bertolini has resigned as the head coach of the women's football team. The announcement comes after Italy's elimination from the FIFA World Cup. Bertolini's team was knocked out in the group stage after a 3-2 loss against South Africa. The 57-year-old had joined Italy's as head coach in the year 2017. England qualified for the FIFA Women's World Cup quarter-final. This was after they defeated Nigeria on penalties. England won the penalty shootout 4-2 after regular play ended at 0-0. They will now play against either Colombia or Jamaica on Saturday. Co-hosts Australia also advanced to the World Cup quarter-final after defeating Denmark 2-0. Australian midfielder Caitlin Foord scored the opening goal in the 29th minute. The second goal was scored by Hayley Raso during the second half of the game. Australia will now play either France or Morocco on Saturday. Andres Iniesta, the former Barcelona legend, is all set to join the UAE football club Emirates FC. His contract with the UAE side lasts until 2024 and can be renewed for a year. After leaving Barca, Iniesta switched to the Japanese club Vissel Kobe. He has made 134 appearances and has won 2 trophies for the Japanese side during his term. English Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur rejected another offer from Bayern Munich for striker Harry Kane. This was Bayern's third offer for the England captain. It was worth about $109 million. This was reportedly the final offer from Bayern Munich. French football club PSG have brought in Portuguese striker Gonzalo Ramos. The 22-year-old has joined PSG on loan from the Portuguese side Benfica. The French club will also have an option to buy Ramos at the end of the season. The striker is highly rated, having scored 27 goals in 47 appearances for Benfica last season. Italian football club Inter Milan have brought goalkeeper Jan Sommer from Bayern Munich. The financial details of his contract have not been disclosed, but Inter have reportedly paid about $6 million for the Swiss shortstopper. 34-year-old Sommer will replace Andre Onana, who has joined the English club Manchester United. In hockey, the Indian men's team reached the semi-final at the 2023 Asian Champions Trophy. They defeated defending champion South Korea 3-2. The goals for the Indian side came from Neelkanta Sharma, Mandeep Singh and captain Harmanpreet Singh. India's next match is against Pakistan on Wednesday. Moving to entertainment, visual effects crews of Marvel Studios have filed for a unionization election with the US National Labor Relations Board. The over 50-member crew says they want to be represented by the IATSE. IT stands for the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. This is reportedly the first time VFX professionals have joined together to demand the same rights and protections as their colleagues in the film industry. K-pop boy band BTS's member Suga is set to serve in the military. He is the third band member to do so after Jin and J-Hope. In South Korea, a 20-year military service, or rather 2-year military service, is mandatory for men between the age of 18 to 28. In 2019, the law was revised to allow K-pop stars to delay their service until 30 years of age. American TV personality Wayne Brady has come out as pansexual. In an interview, he said, and I quote, "I am pansexual, bisexual with an open mind." He added that he was struggling to determine his sexual identity. Brady is best known for hosting the show Let's Make a Deal. By definition, pansexual is sexual, romantic or emotional attraction towards people of all genders. Actor Noah Schnapp has opened up about his journey of coming out as gay. Schnapp said that when he told his friends and family that he was gay, they said 2 simple words: "We know." He also revealed that he received thousands of texts of congratulations and rainbow flags from fans. Noah Schnapp is best known for playing the role of Will Byers in the hit Netflix drama series Stranger Things. American singer and songwriter Ne-Yo has apologized for his insensitive remarks on gender identity. During an interview, Ne-Yo said, and I quote, "I personally come from an era where a man was a man and a woman was a woman. Now you could identify as a goldfish if you feel." The singer was criticized for his insensitive remarks. While issuing an apology, Ne-Yo said that gender identity is nuanced and he plans to better educate himself. Singer Beyonce has paid $100,000 for Washington DC metro stations to stay open for some extra hours. This was to facilitate the safe commute of concert goers attending Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour. The singer paid to keep 98 metro stations open so her fans could reach home safely. This comes as DC experienced rain and thunder on Sunday night. The court hearing musician Tory Lanez will continue for the second day on Tuesday. This is related to the shooting case involving rapper Megan Thee Stallion. The musician faces charges for shooting at Megan Thee Stallion in 2020, which led to her suffering injuries in her feet. After day one of the hearing, Lanez's lawyer told the media that his client is incredibly remorseful. Late American-Japanese businesswoman Johnny Kitagawa's agency has not taken responsibility for hundreds of boys that have been abused. This is according to an investigation conducted by the United Nations Human Rights Council. A member of the group said that deeply troubling issues have been observed across the Japanese media and entertainment industry. It has also been pointed out that absence of codes and rules around workplace behavior contributed to a culture of quote-unquote impunity for sexual violence and harassment. William Friedkin, the director of the movie The Exorcist, has died at the age of 87. Friedkin is also known for directing the movie The French Connection that fetched him an Oscar. His publicist confirmed that he died due to a heart failure and pneumonia. Friedkin's first big screen film was Good Times, which released in the year 1965. Actor Sandra Bullock's longtime partner Brian Randall has died at the age of 57. Randall died after a 3-year battle with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS. Bullock and Randall had kept the relationship out of the public eye for most part. However, Bullock appeared on a show called Red Table Talk in 2021 and said that she had found the love of her life.